the forbidden stream of gold. Today is not just another day. It's a day that feels heavier than the rest. The air tastes different. The forest around me hums with a strange, quiet energy. Because today my friend and I found something that should not exist. Something lost. Something powerful. Something made of gold. We've been walking for days. No roads, no trails, no signs of life. Only the sound of our footsteps sinking into damp earth. We came here chasing whispers, old stories told by the elders in distant villages. Stories of a forbidden jungle where rivers once flowed, with gold and gemstones. Most people laughed when they heard them, but legends, I've learned, are often born from truth. And sometimes truth hides in the darkest places. We packed lightly, just the essentials: a shovel, a pan, a few ropes, and the courage to go where others wouldn't. The deeper we went, the quieter the world became. Even the birds refused to sing. Only the wind spoke. Noon. It became heavier, warmer, as if the forest itself was breathing around us. The light dimmed, even though the sun was still up. We crossed narrow streams, climbed over fallen trees, and every sound, every branch snapped, every ripple felt alive. Then, after hours of silence, we heard it, the faint murmur of running water. A river. We followed the sound. Our pace quickened. The path narrowed between two moss-covered stones. Beyond them, mist swirled above a shallow stream. It was beautiful, too beautiful. The sunlight filtered through the air, turning every drop into a tiny spark of light. I froze. Something shimmered beneath the earth. At first, I thought it was reflection, but then it blinked. I knelt down and touched the water. Cold, clear, and real gold. Tiny flakes drifted between my fingers. My breath caught in my chest. This wasn't a dream. The river truly carried gold. I looked at my friend. He stared back, eyes wide open. Disbelief. Is this really happening? He whispered. I couldn't answer. I just nodded. We began to pan the sand, our hands trembling as each swirl revealed another sparkle. The gold wasn't scattered. It was layered. It had been sleeping here, undisturbed for centuries. And yet, we were the first to see it again. The first to touch it. Every handful of wet sand glittered like stars. We couldn't stop. The thrill was intoxicating. It felt like the earth itself was rewarding us for finding it. But soon I saw something else. Between the golden grains, something glowed faintly red, then blue, then green. I reached in and pulled it out. A gemstone, smooth, perfect, shining with its own light. My friend found one too, a sapphire, clear as ice. We looked at each other and laughed, half in joy, half in fear. How is this even possible? He said. I didn't know. All I knew was that this place wasn't ordinary. It wasn't just gold. It was treasure beyond measure, buried by time, forgotten by the world. But as I stood there holding the gems, I felt something strange. The air shifted. The forest went silent again. It wasn't just quiet. It was heavy, like the forest was. Watching, I turned slowly, scanning the trees. Nothing moved. No wind. No sound. Only that deep, low hum again. The same one I'd heard earlier. But closer now. I looked back at the water. It rippled, though there was no breeze. The gold flakes began to swirl on their own, forming small circles that pulsed in rhythm. The sound grew louder. It was coming from the river. My friend took a step back. Do you hear that? I nodded. It's like it's alive. And maybe it was. The water began to glow faintly. The gold dust lifted, suspended above the surface like mist. It danced between us, flickering like tiny embers. The stream wasn't just carrying gold. It was breathing it. I felt warmth crawl up my arms. And when I looked down, tiny flecks of gold clung to my skin. We stood there, frozen, mesmerized. Time slowed. The forest faded. All I could hear was that hum, deep, slow, and ancient. Then, from beneath the surface, something moved. A shadow, long, human-shaped. The water broke. A ripple of light exploded upward, blinding us. We stumbled back, falling onto the wet stones. When I looked again, the stream had gone still. But something had changed. The water shimmered differently now. Darker, deeper, more alive. My reflection stared back at me. But it wasn't just me anymore. The reflection smiled. I didn't. My blood ran cold. I blinked and it was gone. Only ripples remained. My friend whispered, "We should leave." But I shook my head. "We can't. Not yet." Something in me refused to turn away. Curiosity or madness. We worked through the afternoon, carefully gathering samples of gold and stones. Each time we touched the water, the hum returned, soft, distant, patient, like it was waiting. By evening, the light dimmed through the trees. The mist thickened again, turning the air golden gray. We decided to stay for the night. We built a small fire beside the stream. The flames danced against the shadows, and the gold in the water reflected the firelight. It looked like the earth was burning from beneath. We sat close to the fire, our voices hushed without meaning to be. "This place feels alive," my friend said. "It is," I replied. "Everything here breathes." He smiled weakly. "I just hope it doesn't bite." We laughed, but the sound died quickly. The forest didn't like noise. The air grew still again. Only the crackle of the fire remained. I took out one of the gemstones, holding it up to the light. It glowed faintly, but as I turned it, I swore I saw movement inside it, like smoke swirling in a bottle. I placed it down slowly. My friend stared into the water again. "The stream's deeper than it looks," he said. I nodded. "Everything here is." The firelight flickered as the wind shifted. The gold in the stream shimmered brighter for a second, then dimmed. The hum came back, louder this time, closer. We looked at each other. Neither of us said a word. The sound rose, vibrating through the ground. The water rippled again, and this time the light came with it. Golden light poured upward like liquid fire. It swirled around us, warm and weightless. It was beautiful, terrifyingly beautiful. And then, as suddenly as it started, it stopped. The stream went quiet. The forest exhaled. And in that silence, we heard it. A whisper. Soft, ancient, almost human. "Do not take more than you need." We froze. The words echoed in our heads. They weren't spoken aloud. I looked at my friend. He was pale. "I heard it too," he whispered. The voice had come from everywhere. From the air, from the water, from within us. We didn't speak again after that. We sat there, staring at the river, feeling smaller than ever. The gold glittered, faintly, as if mocking us with its stillness. When dawn came, the mist began to lift. The forest looked softer, calmer, but something about it felt changed. The trees seemed taller, the air heavier. We packed up our gear in silence. Neither of us mentioned the voice. We just glanced at the stream one last time. It shimmered peacefully, innocent, perfect. Before leaving, I filled one small jar with water and sand. Just a memory, I told myself. A piece of proof. The forest didn't protest, but as we walked away, the hum followed us. Soft, distant, like a heartbeat fading into silence. It didn't stop until we reached the edge of the trees. When I turned back, the mist had already swallowed everything. No river, no path, no sound. It was as if it had never existed. But in my pocket, the gemstone pulsed faintly. Warm, alive. I knew it was real. I knew we would return. And we will. Because this story doesn't end here. This is just the beginning. The forest gave us a secret. But secrets like this are never free. We'll go back, deeper than before. To follow the river to its source. To see what lies beyond the gold. To face whatever waits. Beneath the surface, the hunt has only begun. So if you're watching this, stay with us. Listen to the forest. Feel the hum. Because the truth isn't buried in legends. It's buried in the earth. And sometimes, the earth still remembers. This is our story. This is the forbidden stream of gold.
Vé sầu ơi.